The city of Marietta is gathering public input on what kinds of infrastructure improvement projects the city plans over the next half a decade. This afternoon, the City Development Office hosted a public hearing at the Gilman United Methodist Church on the city's consolidated plan for 2026 to 2030. The consolidated plan, along with smaller-scale annual action plans that are developed each year, outlines how the city uses its Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG, funds. The CDBG program is a program in the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development that supports community initiatives like infrastructure improvements, economic development projects, and housing rehabilitation, particularly addressing the housing, job, and community needs of low-income residents. According to Marietta Development Director Jeff Schenkel, some of the public input they've received recently focuses on pedestrian infrastructure, connecting different parts of the city more directly.
We're hearing more and more over time about people saying things like, we're making progress on sidewalks. Now, if we could get from my house all the way to downtown, or from downtown to my house. So it's almost like we're watching our community's vision of what's possible grow.
The city is expected to receive about $365,000 in CDBG funds annually over the next 5 years. Public comments on the projects the city could support can be delivered by mail or in person to the development office at 304 Putnam Street, or emailed to the development clerk at amandaclark@mariettaohio.gov.